Hi everyone, it's me, Sally, aka Sailor Tarot Magic, and we're gonna do tarot today for water signs Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and this is for the full moon in Leo on Sunday, February 5th. Okay, so I did all the other element sign reads, and if you've been watching along, we're very much focused on the love energy for February and Valentine's Day. So if you want to know about your relationship and your Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you're in the right place. So I want to be fair amongst all my element signs. So I will tell the story of why we're doing the full moon in Leo, because I had previously announced that I was only doing the sun sign season readings, but full moon in Leo is special, and I don't want you to expect that I'm going to do every full and new moon. So I do want to elaborate on why this is important, and then we can get into the read. I have been time stamping when I start the reading because, it is a long story and I've been jibber jabbering. And honestly, I'm usually very to the point, but I feel this is important, so I want to talk about it, and then I'll put a timestamp for when the reading starts. So if you want to go grab a snack and then come back or wait for the replay, that's totally cool with me. Okay, so I've been stressing about the birth chart, so I feel like now's a good time to talk about that because astrology was kind of like my gateway for this whole, um, study and art and tarot and numerology. So it started with astrology and my birth chart. So when I had asked my mother what time I was born, she had told me 9 in the morning, and I didn't question it. I figured I'm her daughter. She should remember that, and I plugged away. And I do have a copy of my birth certificate, but it didn't say what time. So I just left it at that, entered it, and I was like, oh, okay. And, learned my placements, learned about the houses, the 12 houses versus the 12 signs. And for the most part, if you don't have your birth time, you get like 75% to 80 of the information, but the birth time is like what gets it super accurate. So that was back in 2019. So fast forward to through 2020, 2021, and 2022, I'm learning other things about spiritual aspects and my intuition and chakras and all this stuff I've been learning, like, absorbing like a sponge. And I come back to my birth chart and I'm like, you know what? Something doesn't feel right about this. There were certain placements where I'm like, this doesn't jive with me. And, it very well could be you're not gonna resonate with all your placements, but for me it was just like, I don't know, there was something beyond that, and I guess that was my intuition saying you need to double check this. So I go ahead and did that, and I asked my dad, I asked my sister, like, mom's saying that this time I was born, is this correct? And my dad wasn't sure, my sister wasn't sure, but she was like, I remember what hospital you were born. And she was only 4 years old. So, to have that responsibility to, and they didn't realize how important this was to me. Like, I need this information. And I kind of was like that because I just felt like, where's my map, you know? And when I went to other astrologists with my what I thought was my birth chart, they very much told me like, this is your cheat code to your life on this earth and lessons and whatever. And I'm like, well, if this ain't right, then I'm gonna be lost. So I went on the New York State website, and it said you could get what's called a long form birth certificate. You just needed all the information, like what hospital you were born in. I double checked with my sister, like, is this the hospital I was born in? Because that hospital was closed, and I was like, oh man, I hope they can get this. I'm not that old, but I don't know. So it said something on there about like this isn't guaranteed, and I was like, so I decided that I was going to do everything I could to get my accurate birth chart. So I did, I gave them all the information. I paid extra for the UPS so it wouldn't get lost in the regular mail. And I was like, I need this. Like I was just, hoping and wishing for this like so badly. And I finally got it, and I'm opening it, and it was like Christmas Day, like I'm a little kid. And I see, my mother had said that I was born 9 in the morning, and here is my long form birth certificate signed by the doctor, signed by my parents, 9:05 at night. And I was like, how could she have been so far and so wrong? And I remember her saying, well, I remember it being snowing. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to go back to her. It's not even about that. It's just, I got the right information. So I plugged it back in, and I was like, okay, it's going to change my rising sign. It not only changed my rising sign, it also changed my moon sign. And guess what my moon sign is, folks? I'm a Leo moon and a Leo rising. And I was like, what? And this was like a game changer because I went from Cancer moon, which I do have a video where I'm all excited. I'm like, I'm a Cancer moon and it's Sailor Moon, blah, blah, blah. But that's okay because in Vedic astrology, which is another map of what's more accurate, I am a Cancer moon. But for the sake of this video and this story, we're following the tropical astrology, and not to overwhelm y'all. But yes, I am a Leo moon and a Leo rising. And I thought my rising sign was Aquarius, which is that axis. So my birth chart being wrong actually helped me learn a lot more things that I wouldn't have seeked out. So I feel like it was meant to happen in that way. And it helped like my trajectory as a spiritual being, like I was coming out of the shell, like the shell being Aquarius to Leo, and then Cancer to Leo, because Leo is in your face. Leo is ruled by the sun and is very much a theatrical and dramatic person, which I very much connect to because I am a dramatic person, and I am connected to the arts and filmmaking, and I'm a writer and a creative person, naturally. So that made a lot of sense to me. And then, just because it's been a mini lesson for, all the other signs, your moon sign is how you are at home and where you're most comfortable and how you process emotions. And your rising sign is how people see you and the mask that you wear. But being that I have the same sign, it's like, me at home, me in public is the same. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense for me. So it's like, so now you have my Sagittarius sun, Leo moon and rising. I'm all fire. I'm all fire. And that makes a lot of sense for me. So now you must be wondering what the full moon in Leo means for you. So this is a time to channel that creative energy, really show up for yourself and give yourself that love that you give to everyone else, especially you as water signs. Water signs are very giving. It's time to give that back to yourself. And it's also about letting yourself shine, no matter who's watching. You don't have to be putting on a show, but just don't let anyone dim your light. If you have something within you where you feel like you're that king or that queen or that royalty, really own that, because this is the time. And I feel like we all have a shade or a flavor of each sign within us, all the placements. That's why I always recommend do your natal chart. If you don't connect to your sun sign is only like 10% of what your as above so below compilation, and with the houses. But if you can't get the birth time, I've also been suggesting to do the numerology report. The numerology report, you don't need the birth time, and that's very similar on how detailed it can get. And this has been a good segue for those of you who would like to read tarot for yourself and you're tired of listening to me rambling on and on. You'll only have to hear me ramble for one additional hour in the webinar, and you can throw cards for yourself. You can learn about intuition, the different systems, and how you can memorize the meanings very quickly. So if you're interested in that, check out the description of this video. There's a Google form. Fill out the Google form so I can get an idea of the level of where your tarot is at. And if you would like a reading in person and are local to Monmouth County or Middlesex County area, I will be at the Love is in the Air Valentine's event run by Here LLC. And that will be at the Town and Country Inn on Highway 35 in Keyport. So if you would like to be there, it's Saturday, February 11th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I will be there with my tarot decks and the new oracle that I got to replace the Dorian Virtue Love Oracle deck. It is called the Hidden Truth Oracle, and we're gonna do. It's been all about love today, folks. So if you want to channel somebody's energy, you want to cross watch for your person, you want to watch you can what's called cross watching. Say you know your person's sun, moon, and rising, or even just their sun sign. You can watch their video and find out what's going on with them, even if they're not in your life right now. And okay, so I talked about the workshop, I talked about Keyport. So let's keep in mind for today, for this read, it's a general read. So if I'm not picking up on your energy, if it doesn't resonate with you, I'm not picking up on your energy. And you can DM me or call or text. DM me on Instagram. And my number to call or text is 732-314-0777. I also do tarot parties. You can ask me about that. Ask me about the workshop. You can ask me anything. Okay. So yes. Okay. So 12:05 is when we start the read. So water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Think about a person, past, present, future. They can be an ex, they could be the person you're with right now, or they could be a person that you have your eye on. Think about this person, and we're going to ask if this person could say something to water sign, what would they say? And we're going to find out with the Hidden Truth Oracle. What would this person say to water sign if they had the chance? Give me one oracle card. Finding out the truth crushed me. Well, that's freaking juicy way to start this. Okay, so this is telling me, I'm very much getting like, childhood love or high school sweethearts or first love, where you were with this person and you were both very young and didn't really know what you wanted, didn't really understand love or what it was, and either one of you cheated or one of you moved away or just ended it in a really bad and insensitive way. Like this ended really bad and this left a mark on you or the other person, but I'm getting that you may have broken somebody's heart and they're still harping on it, is what I'm getting from this. So again, if that doesn't resonate with you, because these stories on this installment for the full moon in Leo, they've been very specific. So don't feel bad if it doesn't apply to you. If you're in a happy relationship, then that's good on you, and that's an extra bonus. But for those who had disconnected love or are single and looking, these are the reads for you. Okay. So we'll take that message with us in the tarot read. So water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What is the message for you for this upcoming full moon in Leo? And what is the present energy? Water signs. The moon! Oh, shit. Okay. So this is telling me that this person from the past may pop up and it's a secret. So there's this secret admirer love that I'm getting with this, where you may be going about your day They may be checking your social media. They may be, rereading texts or emails or however you communicating, or they could even be replaying conversations in their head. So I'm not sure if the feeling is mutual, but this person is definitely thinking like, I want to try this again. We were really young in the past, and I feel like we're more mature and growing. And are you ready for this? Is what I'm getting. Where this person is coming into your energy, and it's like, are you ready for this? And is this what you want? Is very much what I'm getting with this. All right. So, what is the past relevant to the situation? Three of Wands. Okay, so remember how I said that there could have been a third party where one of y'all were cheating. So that's very much for you most, if not all of you that resonate with this story, is telling me yes, there was another person. So um and I'm getting that water signs, it was you that either were, cheating physically or emotionally or dumping this person for somebody else. And again, I get that it was when you were younger and immature and didn't really know what you wanted. And again, this person is still in that where it's like, I'm sure that this water sign wouldn't do this to me, now that we're adults and we're grown and I want to try again. It's like this person is ready to just forgive you. And that may be the secret that you don't know, because I'm thinking, all right, I'm you water sign right now, and what I'm getting is like, this person hates me, they think I'm a hoe, it just like I burned that bridge. Like that's not even an option. And this person may come out of the woodwork and be like, that's not true. Is what I'm getting. Very interesting story. Very different from all the other element signs. So I'm curious to see what is in the future for this story. All right. So what is the future / advice for water signs for this full moon in Leo? Knight of Wands reversed. Okay. All right, I want to say that this may not apply to all of you that resonate with the story, but for some of you, this person may be looking for a fling or a revenge or vendetta. And I don't want to say like it's so serious like that, but it's kind of like, I want you to hurt like you hurt me kind of thing. And again, I don't get that for everybody, but Knight of Wands reverse, I very much get fuckboy energy. So it could be that. And then the more common story that I get with this is that this person is going to come in hot and heavy, and it's going to be very physical at first, and that's all you're going to think that it is that it's physical at first, but then later on you're going to realize that there are feelings behind it. And they really, really don't want you to know that. They do not want you to know that. And they're going to come off being like, oh, friends with benefits or, fuck buddies. And then you're going to, it's just going to unravel. Yes. So be prepared for that, because I feel like it's going to be like floodgates once they do decide to confess their emotions. Woo! Water signs are going to be busy. Okay. So, why is this all happening? The Magician. Okay. So, like I said, for most of you that resonate with this story, this person has pure intentions. They are mature, but they're very much, they know that like you're the one, and it took them a long time to realize this. And again, they're ready to just put it all out there, not all at once. They're gonna come through being like, oh yeah, let's screw around and let's do this and that, but not knowing they also want a relationship. A Magician is about making it happen, and they're ready to make those moves. Like Knight of Wands combined with Magician, they're ready to walk the walk. So expect messages, expect, confessions of love, expect all these things, flirty messages, all the things. Yeah, very interesting here. Okay. So for water signs for this full moon in Leo, what is the best possible outcome? The Hermit. Okay, I see this very much as additional advice for water signs is make sure you know what you want with this person. Don't string them along like you did last time. Like if you know they come back and you're like this ain't it, like let them down easy and don't string them along. Like I feel like a portion of you water signs may like the attention but not necessarily want to be serious. Don't do that to that person. Be honest. Be like, I don't see us having a future, and let it go. Really think about, or do I really want this person? Do I still have feelings for this person? And make sure you're not mixing lust and love and old feelings. Like make sure it's something real. And it may take you a minute to figure that out, and that's okay. And that's what the hermit is talking about. Make sure that your feelings from within are in sync with this person so you don't hurt them again and repeat the cycle. Well, I mean, that's something. That's something. So that is the message for you water signs. And I want to say if this person is in your energy and you don't want this situation to repeat or replay, you have free will. You can tell them, "I'm done. We were kids. I'm not that person anymore. You don't know me. Goodbye." And this is something you can release for the full moon in Leo. Again, this is just a proposal, an invitation. You don't have to take it. You can say no. You have free will. Okay, so that is the message for you, water signs. And if it did not resonate with you, it's because I wasn't picking up on your energy, and you can DM me for a personal read. So that is the full moon in Leo readings for all signs. If you would like to do a moon ritual for the full moon in Leo on Sunday, you can do it tonight, tomorrow night, or Sunday night. And that's all I got. So have a great weekend, everyone. And remember, energy is your greatest currency. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.